What's going on, LEGO Maniacs? It's Ty, the LEGO guy here, and welcome to another Old School Wednesday review. Today, we're taking a look at one of my all-time favorite, and one of my first LEGO sets I ever got. This was actually a gift from my mom and dad. They laid it on my chair. I woke up, and I was greeted with, the Robo Guardian. This set's awesome. We're gonna get into it. I have a lot of nostalgia with it as well. But just to get the facts out of the way, that's set 6949. It had 369 pieces, 3 minifigs, came out all the way back in 1994, and it retailed for $36 US. Now nowadays this set's going for 119 new, or about 59 used. And if you really like classic space, I'd say go out and buy it. This may be the very best Spyrius set ever. But enough talk, let's get right into it. And to start us off, we'll actually take a look at the one smaller build that's included with this set. It's this awesome looking little, it's basically kind of like a speeder. And I've always liked this. The design of it, I think, is just really, really well done. It is simple, but it's effective. Just a little spaceship, and you can very easily just take the minifig in and out. All in all, nice looking little build. Let's now take a look at the meat of the set. And here he is. So let's begin by giving you guys a 360 view. This robot is nearly a foot tall, which is actually kind of crazy. You may not look it, but he is. That's about 1/3 of a meter if you guys use meters. But yeah, that pretty well does 360 view. Let's now break it down area by area. And we'll start on the bottom. What I really like about this is I never used it as a prison, but you could almost do that. It has this nice little ladder to kind of access the midsection where that little spaceship's kept. But it has this nice little bottom area that you can kind of make a jail or just, store the android. I just always used it to store the android. And then moving into the middle section, this is where they kind of keep the little spaceship, and you can very easily just pull her out like so. So much ingenuity with this set. Anyways, flipping it around, what's cool about it is they were all about these little modules, and the modules basically were used to kind of power the robot. You'll notice it has this little, almost like a little safe that's located right here with the little arrows. And to kind of access that, you just can push back those 2 little flaps. And what's awesome about it, okay, can we do it? We might have to take it out a little bit, but these sets all used magnets. And you can kind of okay, we're gonna show you guys how those arms kind of work, which is really, really cool. Played with that so much as a kid, but it has these little modules in here, which are basically supposed to power all the space sets. All the 90s sets basically had these modules for the most part, especially mid to late 90s. And you can very easily just put it back. It's just a cool little play feature, right? Like so, and bang, he's powered right back up. The other thing that's really nice about this is you'll notice they have this very nice sticker piece. And this is actually somewhat rare. The sticker piece right there in the center. Moving a little ways up, you'll notice the arms. These are awesome. So the one has a magnet, and the other one has kind of like a claw. You can actually very easily hold a minifig with it as well. Let's just demonstrate that. Bang. He has him. Oh crap. As we lose the minifig. His grasp actually is pretty good, but let's try that again. Okay, move him a little bit ways back. Now what's really cool about him though is bang. These arms are controlled by these little toggles. And let's actually just show you guys a little bit more. As you can see, there's some Technic gears working and whatnot, and it's really ingenious how they kind of actually make this work. Huge fan of that. Okay, there's a feature we're going to get into as well. Before we do that, let's actually just take a look at the cockpit. And we'll just remove the head to give you guys a little bit better look. So there you have the Spyrius Chief. And inside, you'll notice it has some nice looking little computer pieces. Space was great for printed computer pieces. They They went all out, and they gave us a lot of unique prints, which is nice as well. These are not stickers, but now what we're gonna do is actually show you guys some of the features. And the feature that we're gonna show you, the one is the arms, but the other two features you can do with this, you can take these arms off, and you see these little Technic holes? Well, you can actually stick the arms in there, one in each one. It's just so wonky, but it's part of the reason I love this set so much. And there you go. Now he's kind of like, he almost looks like a monster mech. Actually, almost, he kind of looks like Lost in Space a little bit. You can actually take this off and fly it around. So this is its own little spaceship, which is interesting. I did this all the time as a kid, or basically the robot would blow up and he'd take off in kind of like an escape pod. And then what you can actually do, you remember this little spaceship, you can actually set it right on top and bang. It's its own weird thing as well, but it's part of the reason why this set's so awesome. You can actually even make that the head and put the arms back and make this just a little spaceship to fly around with the rocket. It does look a little dinky, but it's another option, which is so great. Like, just, I don't know, it's just ingenious, it's just creative, and yeah, I really like this robot. Let's now take a look at the minifigs. And here's the 3 minifigs that are included. These are actually all 3 of the Spyrius figs that you ever get in any of the sets. So on the left we have Major Kartovsky, which is interesting, he has a name, it's basically the android. In the middle we have the Spyrius Chief, and then on the far right we have the Spyrius crew member. So let's give you guys a 360 view. Now none of these figs have back face printing, back torso printing, but they actually have a lot of detail for their time, especially the android and the Chief's printed helmet. And let's actually just remove, well, just before we do that, notice all the printing. He even has leg printing, the android, so I do quite like that. And let's just remove his helmet to give you guys a little bit better view of his face printing. Again, very advanced basically for the 90s. They didn't really do that. Taking off the Chief's helmet, let's actually show you guys that a little bit closer. Nice looking printing. This was actually my favorite helmet for a long time, until Star Wars kind of came out and gave us all these awesome helmets, although I still quite like the Chief's helmet. As you can see, he has a nice looking little mustache and some facial growth, which I thought was kind of funny. And then on the right, we have the crew member taking off his helmet. You'll notice he has an interesting looking little visor with his hair kind of sticking out of it. I don't know if they got inspiration from the Next Generation, but that's immediately what I thought of when I saw that. He doesn't have any helmet printing like the Chief, but all in all, still a decent looking fig. Just, again, not quite as good as the android or the Chief. But yeah, those are the figs. Let's now get into the end of the review and get my final thoughts. Well guys, that was my review. Do hope you enjoyed it. Honestly, this space set has everything you'd want one to have. I mean, an awesome big robot. As we mentioned, he's almost a foot tall. You get some awesome minifigs. You can change into different things as well. Like you can take the head off and attach the arms. Just all kinds of wonky things, but that's part of the reason why Classic Space was just so great. I obviously have a lot of nostalgia with this one as well. I've had it for years. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this one, if you like it, if you don't, any areas you think maybe they could improve on. I just all in all think that this is an awesome looking space set, and I really hope that space sets like this return because they're really overdue. But yeah, that's all I got for today. But if you like this video, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing and click that bell so you're notified for any future Old School Wednesday reviews. We do one of these every 2 weeks, if not more, and I really enjoy doing them. But yeah, that's all I got for you again, but thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.